Welcome to Daggers and Drams, where stories are forged by imagination, fate is decided by the roll of the dice, and every adventure is better shared. We're a table of players and storytellers bringing bold characters, dangerous choices, and unforgettable moments to life. Here you'll find epic campaigns, unexpected twists, terrible puns, and the kind of chaos only tabletop games can create. So pour yourself a dram and settle in by the fire, and join us at the table. This is Daggers and Drams. Before we wrap up, a quick note about these first few episodes. Our first 3 releases are what we're calling our origin episodes. They're selected edits from our Zero sessions, short, one-shot introductions that give you a glimpse of each character before the larger story truly begins. Think of them as a chance to meet the party, get a feel for who they are, and see what they bring to the table before everything starts to unravel. We also want to be upfront with you. These episodes were recorded while we were still finding our footing. We're learning as we go, adjusting mic levels, background elements, and the many small details that come with recording a show like this. So if things sound a little rough around the edges at times, know that it's part of the journey. We're listening, improving, and committed to making each episode better than the last. As we grow as players, storytellers, and creators, thanks for sticking with us at the very beginning. We're excited to have you here, and we can't wait for you to see where this story goes along with us.
You stand before the ancestral temple house of Elendril, the daughters of the Radiant Guardians, where sunlight refracts through crystal spires and falls upon statues of your foremothers, each clutching a blazing weapon or banner. The air smells of myrrh and steel oil. Priests chant hymns of victory in the echoing chamber. 3 figures kneel. Avril, Saren, and you, while your father, High Commander Varen Elandriel, anoints each brow with the sacred flame. What part of Vesia's ceremonial armor reflects her individuality? A hidden inscription? An inverted rune, perhaps?
So, normally every daughter of my house would be given a mask, and it's usually very beautiful, ethereal, godlike. But the Messiah's mask is different. It's carved like a white bone china, but it looks like a plague doctor's mask, a long hooked beak, and you can see her eyes only just if you look into it. It's almost ugly in an elven kind of way.
Excellent. Daughters of my blood, light of the gods, you are bound by oath to the dawn. Avril, bearer of command. Saren, keeper of history. And you, Messia, child of shadowed sun. May your light never stray. A whisper passes through the congregation. Child of shadowed sun. A reminder that you were born beneath an eclipse. An omen none can agree upon. Some months pass on the battlefront. The world is fire and rain. The Dawnwatch encampment sprawls across a gray plain slick with blood and ash. Standards of light ripple in the cold wind. Through the smoke strides Commander Avril Elendril. Tall, severe, wings of silvered mail gleaming. Behind her, the youngest sister kneels in mud, hands pressed to a dying soldier's chest, his eyes glassy, his pulse fades. Messia, leave him. He's enemy. We have wounded of our own. How do you respond to your sister in this moment? With compassion, defiance, or something else?
Something else. Not quite defiance. Not quite compassion. More a neutrality. This boy, I guess, could be barely 16, hacked to bits. He just needs healing, no matter what. And I can give him that gift. I kind of look up at her. Avril, this boy, he's crying for his mother. His mother. Give him another chance. One more day. One more fight. Please.
Neither this boy nor his mother are our concern. And she looks away, northward on the battlefield. What do you do in this moment?
Well, then the defiance comes out. I turn back to the boy. Replace my hands on his chest and release the cold, cooling mist all around him to bring him back into himself.
Okay. Are you casting a spell in this moment? Is it just through general care?
General care
Okay.
at this point in time.
Are you trying to keep your actions from being noticed by your sister?
So I tell you what I'll do then. I'm going to cast Spare the Dying so that he stays, hopefully, my hope would be that he would stay unconscious, but that when we move away from him, he can slowly come to him.
All right. So roll both a medicine check and a stealth check.
Medicine is a dirty 20.
Okay.
And a stealth check is 12.
So the cool light blossoms beneath your hands, but not the holy fire of Veyron's priest. It is a pearlescent shimmer, soft, strange. Suddenly, the soldier gasps, not in pain, but in wonder, as he stares at you and begins to try and crawl away on his back, unsure who you are, where he is, even in this moment, and almost begins to speak before you quiet his lips and say,
Do not be afraid, but run.
and he does. He runs into the fog and into life. You look back towards your sister. She's still staring northward, not to the battlefield, but you are unsure in this moment whether she caught any of that. Each night, Nemesia attends to the dying, regardless of banner. Each morning, her sister finds the dead fewer, the war longer, her patience thinner. One night, the mists lie heavy over the field. No groans of wounded, only silence. You move among corpses that are too still, too perfect. A whisper of steel. Trap closes. Chains of radiant silver tighten around your wrists. Avril, furious, echoing behind you. You, all this time, do you know how many of our soldiers died because your mercy let theirs rise again?
Avril, You don't hear them like I do. I can't sleep. I can't eat. Hear them, even their whimpers in the night. I have to help them.
Ever our mother's daughter. I can hear her words now, even light casts a shadow. She looks away in disgust, as if she didn't want to even have that memory of your mother. What would you try to plead? Either to sway her heart or something else?
I think Nemesia has known that this day would come. She's been pushing her luck and healing more and more each night. I think she knows Avriel enough that pleading is probably futile in this moment. I think she is hoping that maybe if she goes quietly, that maybe her father can talk with Avriel the way he's always spoken with Avriel to help out Nemesia in the past. That he might come to her aid. So she just looks at her and goes, Avriel, I know what you are called to do. But I also must heed my call. And I will not apologize for that.
Right. As she tightens the bracers around her wrists, you feel her slip something into your hand. Without being able to look at it, you're not 100% sure, but it feels smooth, like a stone. But you can feel that there are carvings within it. And you would believe this to be some sort of charm, or perhaps spellstone. Perhaps one last chance at escape. And so you begin attuning to this, trying to figure out what it is in an arcane sense. But as you're doing this, the soldiers move in and they do seize you, the chains biting. You can't fall silent as your sister steps forward and delivers the sentence of death at dawn. And the order which she reads from bears the seal of Varen Delandro himself. And you're taken away.
Didn't see my dad retrieve me, but okay.
Okay, so you have the night in your cell. You have this sigil, which was passed secretively to you. You managed to keep that quiet. Your weapons, armor, everything has been taken from you.
Okay.
Other than this, is there anything that you would like to do in preparation for what you feel may be coming?
Yeah. So, well, firstly, am I still chained?
No.
I'm free use of my hands.
Yeah.
Okay, can I have a look at the stone and see if I can make any sense out of the carvings?
Yeah. So, get an Arcana check for me.
Mm-hmm. It's a 5.
All right. It was. You do know that this is an older sigil. This is an older form of spell, and that you have never seen before. But one thing that you notice is that, being within the order of dawn and light and radiant energy, the sigils which were usually used they have a particular styling to them.
Mm-hmm.
And the styling of this looks completely opposite. This is not something which has come from your house. This is not something you're curious as to where your sister would have even gotten something like this, because she is not even inclined to pursue things of an arcane nature. She is more sword and board.
Yeah.
But it is active and it is potent. And while you're not 100% sure what it will do, you do feel that she gave it to you for a reason to use in a very specific moment.
I can feel that it radiates some sort of magic.
Oh,
I
yes.
feel that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if anything can. So I know that I can feel that it's magic, but I would like to cast detect magic just to see if it can maybe give me any sort of clue as to how specifically I can activate this or possible.
Yeah. So when you cast detect magic, obviously, the thing is radiating, and it's almost like when you cast that spell, you can see the aura of everything around you, and that stone is just blinding. But the light with which it is radiating is more like moonlight rather than sunlight.
Okay.
But in examining this, you do recognize that this is a stone that's been around for a long time. It's been passed from hand to hand many, many times. It is very smooth, and on one side of it, it looks like there are 3 kind of ridges. And what you realize is that this stone is meant to be held in your hand and meant to be grasped and clutched. And so that you feel that has something to do with how to unlock its potential.
Okay. So in which case, I think I might say prayer with it.
Okay.
Hold it in my hands and pray.
Okay. Are you clutching it?
I'm going to clutch it.
Okay.
So that those ridges kind of sit nicely. And I'm going to think back to the moment that I was seized, and it's so unlike Avriel to have even brought up Mother. And so I'm going to clutch this stone, and I'm just going to she's going to take a punt, because at the end of the day, otherwise, when Avriel says something, she means it. So she knows she will be executed, and she's just going to pray to her mother. She's going to apologize that she was never as good as her sisters, and she's going to say, "But Mum, even light casts a shadow."
As you do that, you feel yourself fully attuned to this sigil, and the stone. When you open your hand, the stone is no longer there, but the sigil itself glowing from your palm, and then it disappears as well. But you feel the arcane weight of it still there. You know that it's there, meant to be concealed, and that you can call upon it at any time. And you feel that even without knowing its true purpose, that when the time comes for the usage of this, that you will know within your soul how to bring it forward.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm just gonna sit.
Okay.
And wait.
All right. Eventually, dawn comes, gray and trembling. The scaffold looms against the sickly sun. Chains again bite your wrists. The executioner's sword gleams like a shard of morning. But as the priests begin their chant, the sky dims. Shadow swells across the light. Not darkness, but a halo of pale fire. A second eclipse. The air hums with divine contradiction. As the executioner brings the sword down, you feel as if time slows. And in that same moment that the arc of this curved elven blade meets just before your skin is the same angle as the eclipse which now covers the area. So you have an option. You now feel that there is a choice getting within this sigil. And that is to accept your death. Or to invoke something which is not natural to perhaps your family line, but that you have always felt was more a part of you and you alone. Which would your choice be?
I've always believed that that thing that I felt was something true, something more true and more real than any piece of scripture or any other commandment, commitment that I'd ever heard. And I would love nothing more than for the rest of my family to feel finally that shadow which can also cast light.
Eyes closed, you hear the metal striking of the blade as your chains dissolve into mist. And the executioner, confused, gasps and stands back, removes their hood, and it is your sister,
Oh,
Ava. And confused, looking at her blade, looks at you and the crowd around, and then to the eclipse, which seems to be stagnant. It's not moving any further in the sky. Darkness creeps in like a mist or a fog around the entire scene. No one speaks. Not in the crowd. No one else. You can hear your own breath. There's that quiet. As your sister gasps, looking into her own reflection in the sword, her reflection steps out of the sword itself and strikes her down. The crowd, seeing this in horror, begins to scatter. Light and shadow twist around you as if both gods claim your soul. You leap from the scaffold, robes swirling, mask cracked but gleaming. The Dawnwatch guards hesitate, whispering, "Death, nurse." And Avril falls to the ground, along with her blade. Land is silent, but absolute. And as they look around, you are nowhere to be found. Having spent quite a great deal of time on this particular battlefield, you knew that it was near a place that you had frequented quite often, which was a local graveyard or cemetery. And you know this to be the place where you have kept many things which were near and dear to you over the years, a secret place that you would have kept from prying eyes. As you make your way into this almost beautiful courtyard-like, private, ancient burial hallowed ground, there is one kind of disturbed coffin, which you have been using a stone sarcophagus style, but it has been destroyed. It is broken into a dozen or more pieces, and your belongings still there. This wasn't a grave robbery. This was an act done in violence and anger, and it is set there before you, and you can see this disturbance before you reach it. What did you do in this moment?
These things are really precious to me. Like, the most precious things. Not just precious to me, but the most precious things of the people who gave them to me. So I'm going to run straight for them, because I can account for every single one, just to make sure that nothing's missing.
Okay. You do this half expecting every moment to be interrupted by guards, wondering who could have done this or why, or how would they have even linked this to you? Is it linked to you? Is it just random circumstance? Hours pass. The air grows cold, further into darkness. A single torch glows at the only entrance or exit to this courtyard. Other than the light itself, you cannot see who is holding it. Just their figure, but it is a figure which you know well. And from the dark, the voice of Varen Elandriel, heavy and sorrowful. My daughter, even now you choose the shadow. And I must be your light. I need you to roll as if you just
Yes. Oh no. My dad? Really? Okay. 13.
So you see him walk in, and he's not wearing his courtly robes. You see a man before you that is geared for war. Half-plate armor. In one hand, the shield that which he carries, you know, as the shield of the dawn, coupled with his mace, which brightly shines. And you know that the two of those things together would form the symbol of your house, which is emblazoned on the banners. And you have the first action.
Okay. I really don't want to throw a punch at my dad. So I am gonna, I don't think I'm going to invoke duplicity to create an illusion of myself that will literally just step out from me. And in this dark light, you can't even see like around the edges of it. It just looks exactly like me, and that image illusion is gonna go and stand beside him.
Okay.
And is there anywhere that I could like hide? Behind one of the gravestones, maybe, or
roll a stealth check.
Yeah. That says 23.
You feel very well hidden.
Okay.
Perhaps momentarily distracted by your double. He's going to use one of his legendary actions. I need you to make a DC 14 wisdom save.
Oh. 14.
All right. So he speaks to you as your double approaches him. Still with the childish games. Still running. It doesn't have to be this way. Accept your fate and restore order to our house. And he takes an action against your double.
Mm-hmm.
With the mace. 12.
Does not hit.
So he swings wide, and this is
Yeah.
as it dances around him.
I'm going to speak through the illusion, and I'm just going to plead with him. It's not a game, Father. It's never been a game. I need you to come with me, please, into the shadows. It's the way it's supposed to be. Avril, I'm sorry about Avril. I didn't know. I know she was your favorite. Please.
You blaspheme this house and would have me join you in the darkness, away from all that we have ever known and all that has protected you. And again, he is going to use commanding voice. You make another DC 14 wisdom. So,
Okay. $17.
maintains.
I don't want to fight. I just don't want to fight him. I can't. I just physically, I couldn't. Is it my turn? I'm gonna just move the double. And the double is gonna run and try and hide so that there's two of us to find.
Right.
I'm gonna try and confuse him if I can, just to buy myself a little bit more time to plead with him.
Okay. Roll for deception against his insight.
Okay. 15.
To which direction does your double go, and which way do you go?
I'm gonna run here, and the double's gonna run here.
So the double moves here. She moves to the other side. You see him begin to take 2, 3 steps towards the double, and then remembering and almost laughing to himself, he turns back towards, he doesn't know where you are. You are hidden behind one of the gravestones, but he begins walking in this direction. So do you remember when you were a child and we would play in the gardens behind our home? Nearly every time you would hide in a place that you felt comfortable, and I would tend to not know where you were. Are you pretending now? And he is going to hold his action, but he does plead with you. Please, daughter, surrender. Make this right.
Nemessia can remember those times playing with her father, and he found her every single time. Even when she was young, she was learning how to use the illusion, and she was so excited. And every single time she tried to outsmart him, every single time he found her. And she knows that he's going to find her. She stands up to reveal herself and turns towards her father and says, I am my mother's daughter. And even light casts a shadow. And that shadow, Father, is me. I'm sorry.
He walks before you, shield still in hand, mace in hand, but arms wide apart. Do you yield, child?
Aynes.
Relief falls over his expression. Tears. Now that he's close to you, you can see how painful this is. This contradiction between his faith, his blood, and everything that he knows to be true in this world, with his youngest child. He drops the mace and the shield and moves to you and takes your hand and leads you out of the cemetery. And he puts you on the back of his horse. And the two of you ride together as you did when you were young, back through the battlefields, back through, passing the gallows, where the sword, your sister's sword, still lays. And he stops, dismounts, tells you to wait. He retrieves your sister's sword, and you watch him as he grabs a bit of the snow and cleans the blade, dries it, puts it away reverently, wrapping it in a bit of leather, and then returning it to the side of his saddle. And so as you're sitting on the saddle looking at this blade, what do you think of?
I think of all the months that have passed on this battlefield, all the soldiers that died. I think of Avril, how brilliant she was. And I think genuinely, I don't even know how there could be a way forward. Who's left? Where we go from here? I don't know. I feel like a ball of confusion.
You hear him as he's packing these things away and cleaning up. He retakes the horse's rein and he says, "Thank you for coming home, accepting the light. I can spare you the blade, but you must renounce this shadow that you wear. Please."
I think now in this moment, it dawns on her. That's not really what she meant by yielding. She thought that perhaps her father could be convinced, but she could yield perhaps her life, but she can't yield the shadow. That's too much. It's ingrained too deep. She couldn't do it even if she wanted to. She certainly couldn't lie about it. So she finally realizes that this is the end. And that she will always choose the shadow over anything and everyone else. And so she says to her father, "It would make a mockery of every life I've ever saved to yield that shadow. I will never denounce it, and I will never leave it. You must accept me for who I am, or you and I must part forever.
You can't see him from where he's standing, but you can hear him, the choke in his voice and the realization that your words ring true for you as his do for him. And that the pain that wrenches from him, that these words which he will utter, it's taking everything within his being to be able to respond to you in this moment. And you feel him again, kind of from behind where you're seated on the saddle, with a brush the hair from both sides of your face. And the last thing you hear your father say, I can spare you the blade. You feel a rope fall over your shoulders and then instantly tighten behind you as you hear your father slap the horse which you are riding on and takes off at full gallop and leaves you pulling back up over the edge of the gallows where you were standing closely, driving through the puddle of your sister's blood and to the top of one of the tallest trees in your father's kingdom as the edges of the world drift around you and all you hear is the twist and the turn of the rope and the wind on the mountain.
Oh my God.
You're monster.
You're the worst.
It's like, it'll be fun. They'll cut her head off. It'll be grand. I don't know what's going on.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of Daggers and Drams. Thank you for spending your time with us, whether you're listening on your commute, painting minis, or rolling dice at your very own table. If you enjoyed the episode, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, or following the podcast wherever you listen. We'd also like to give special thanks to everyone who helps to make this show possible. Your support means more than you know. If you want to keep up with us between episodes, you can find Daggers and Drams on YouTube, Instagram, and other platforms. As always, thanks for being a part of this journey with us. Until next time, pour yourself a dram, roll your dice, and keep on telling great stories.